Today we're going to be making a cinema, and this is our layout here. Now this isn't a, how can I say, exact tutorial. There are no measurements or anything. This is a building / redstone tutorial. So got a little plan over here. So there's part 1, which is building, and then there's part 2, which is redstone. We'll run over that in a second. So for this cinema, what I'm planning to do is make a cinema, obviously, with all the red seats and stuff, and hopefully it'll look really cool. And we can make a cool moving screen at the front. So make sure you stick around so you can see how to make it. Okay, so now we get onto this. So part 1, building. First thing we need to do is build these walls up. Okay, then we need to build the ceiling and entrance. Then we need to build the seats and curtains. Then we need to just add, those extra details like, I don't know, the projector, the lights, popcorn stand, those kind of things. Then we need to make the floor like decorating and stuff, and speakers and carpeted floor. Carpeted floor and floor, same thing. Then we got redstone, so we're going to connect some lights up with a jukebox. And we're going to have a little entrance door, a little redstone entrance door. And then we're going to have a piston feed tape. I'll go into that when we get to it, and that's how we're going to make the moving screen. We've also got timing and scene. So scene is just what we like, what's happening, like what's the thing about, and timing is just timings in redstone. And then 10, that's just a little surprise for the end. Anyway, let's start with number 1, build walls up. We're just gonna make a little outline here so we know where to build it up from. Okay, so there's our outline for the walls, and we're going to build this 7 blocks up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And, oh, phantom block. And we're just going to build this up all the way around. Anyway, the next thing we need to do, we built all our walls up, so the next thing we need to do is, let's see, build a ceiling and entrance. So the ceiling's pretty simple. We just got to fill this stuff in. Just like all across the top. Okay, we got the ceiling put in. It's looking pretty cool, but also pretty dark. The next thing we need to make is the entrance. Okay, so what you gonna do for this is place 2 stairs just like this, make it cool. And then I'm just gonna lower this, so give it a bit of an overhang. And make sure that it comes all the way down, so you have a 4 block space, okay? Remember, 4 blocks, okay? With all of this, what you can do is just fill it in with quartz, add a bit of different colour to it. And if you want, you can make kind of like a little grid pattern, just like that. That looks pretty cool. Anyway, so that is pretty much the entrance done. We are going to be doing the entrance door a little later. Right now, all that matters is that we can get in easily. Okay, so you just want to cover this up, okay? And then that's the entrance done. Okay, on to number 3. Build seats and curtains. So, for the seats and we're also going to have to make a hole in the wall, because this is where our screen is going to be. So just destroy. Oh wait, no, don't destroy that. Destroy everything like in the middle right here. Okay, so now we've made that giant hole in the wall. What you're gonna do is get your red banners and just place them along like this, just so that they cover the outside. And then do the same on the other side. Now, if you want to make it look a little better, what you can do is just place some lightning rods on the side of this, just like that, and that will make it look like the curtain actually closes. Okay, so just like that, and that is looking pretty cool. This is where our cinema screen is going to be, and let me get back down, and yeah, those are basically just the curtains, and we can draw them in. They won't actually be able to be drawn in, but it's a pretty cool effect. Now, for the seats, we're going to need some polished black stone, because you know how in cinemas you kind of have those raised seats? Yeah, well that's the effect we want to make. So we're just going to build some stairs up from here, just like this. So guys, I will be putting the world download in the description. And then just create a little level like that. If you want, you can just cover this in. And if you want, you can get some stairs and just, you know, put them there, and then there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and just like that. You know, just make it a little bit better. If you want to add those stairs though, make sure you remove these blocks right here, okay? And this is your choice, but you might just want to cover this bit up, like that. And now you can just walk through. So we also want to just cover the sides over here, so that, because we're not going to be using these sides really, it's just to make the cinema look better on the outside. But yeah, and do one over here too, and you also just want to cover this bit up too. Okay, and that's that done. I did add just a little bit of feature up here, and yeah, so that's the stairs up done. And now we're just gonna create that kind of little platform that all the seats go on. And there's the last one done, just like this. Now it's time to place the seats. What you want to do is just put a seat here, 2 seats here, and 2 seats here. Then we're gonna get our signs. And we're going to place one on that side, one on that side, one on that side, and one on this side. Okay, so those are our top seats done, and the next thing we're going to do is just place some seats all along the bottom like this. So I just realised something that might annoy some people, but if you look very carefully, it's kind of offset. And that is a bit of a problem. And that's why we can only have seats on each side. So make sure when you're building this you don't make my mistake and you make it so that it's equal on the doorway. Because look, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if I go over here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, make sure you got the same, okay? Now, it's time to sign on these stairs. And that is the last sign done. Isn't this looking awesome? Now let's go over here and tick that off our list. Next thing, extra details such as the projector, lights and popcorn stand. Now this is one of my favourite things, the popcorn stand. I did make a special design for it and hopefully I can remember how to make it. So let's go and do that right now. I think that's everything. Place the lever here, and then when you want some popcorn, just go over here, click the lever, popcorn. Anyway, yeah, so that's the little popcorn machine over there, and that is looking pretty cool. I like this design. Oh yeah, forgot to place the wheels on the back. Remember to do that. So just like that. And there, it is all done and dusted. So I hope you like the design. If you guys want, you can place pieces of glass here and pieces of glass here. That looks pretty cool. Now, it works best when it's against a wall because people can just come behind and see like that. But from this angle, it looks pretty cool. Okay, next thing we need to build is a projector. So for that, we are going to need some copper, so lightning rod. We're also going to need some sea lantern. And yeah, that's it. Okay. And we're just going to place something coming from the top like this. Just place a sea lantern here. And then, just like that, projector done. Now, there are a few ways to do this. For example, if you want, you can place a sea lantern here instead. and I think that looks pretty cool as well. And yeah, that's what we're going to be going with today. And since it's offset, I'll just put something here. And yeah, I just kind of think it looks really cool. Okay, so that's a projector pointing up here. It looks kind of like a TARDIS. We might edit it a bit. And you can also use buttons instead of lightning rods. Just like that. It's also good for a projector. And yeah, so that's the projector we're going for. And the last effect we need to do is lights. And for these lights, we're going to be using redstone lamps. Okay, and we're just going to circle them across the ceiling. So put one here, put one here, put one right over here, and then also put one right here. No, sorry, right here. And yeah, just going to place that back. Okay, and now that we've got the lights in, I think that is all the special effects done. Let's go take that off. We've got one last thing for the building, which is make the floor, speakers, and carpet floor. So for the carpet, what I'm thinking is we just place some carpet here, and then we just put some red wool here, and some red wool here, and some red wool here, and then we just place carpet here, and that looks like a pretty convincing carpet. So yeah, that looks pretty good. You can also place the carpet going like into the seats, so just like that. And just place this back. Okay, and then you can place some here and some here. So that's the carpet done. I think that looks pretty cool from my perspective. And we can also now add just, you know, the final touches, which can include some crimson higher, which we can just dot along the edge of the floor here. Because you kind of see this weird pattern on the floors in movie theatres. So yeah, I think that would be really cool. So just place those around the edges, and that makes it look awesome. So as one last thing for our building, we need speakers. For the speakers, I thought we could use some note blocks. Maybe just here. And also somewhere like here. And then like here. And just repeat that on the other side. You've got the speakers lined up on both sides, looking pretty cool. And I think that is it, build-wise. So, oh yeah, I've got one more thing. The final thing we need to do, just do a little bit of cinema logo. So that's our logo over here, just Sin, looking pretty cool I think. And you can just fill in these kind of gaps with some stripped warped hypha, just like that. I think that looks pretty cool. So Sin, that is our logo. You can choose any logo, it doesn't really matter, but I just thought it would be cool to add a nice little logo. So that's our logo right there. And now we can get onto the redstone part. Okay, so part 2, redstone. First thing we need to do is connect up lights with jukebox. Now to do this, what we're going to do is go around here, take away the speakers, place a little jukebox just like that, and then you can also get a note block if you want, and just replace it like that. No one can tell. And then when you place, for example, cat in it, an observer will detect it around the back. So let's just put that observer in. Just count along the blocks. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, like that, just like that, and we can place a piston with a redstone block, and then we can place a piece of wool with some redstone on it, right there. Okay, and when we play this music disc, it will quickly extend it and pull back and leave the redstone here. But when we take it out, for example, it pulls the redstone block back. So that is pretty cool, in my opinion, how it does that. And yeah, and all we gotta do now is connect this up to our lights at the top. So when you've connected the redstone up to the top, what you want to do is put a repeater here and set it to just leave it normally. And then what you want to do is just connect up the redstone lamps just like this. And then when you play the jukebox, so if we get this music disc over here, so if we play the jukebox, all the lights turn on. And when we turn it off, the lights turn off. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And if you guys want to make this a little bit better, you can go into your settings and go to music and sounds, and you can turn blocks off. That way, when you press on this, you don't hear the piston. And it just sounds a lot better. So if you want to make it sound even better, just do that. Just improves it by so much. Okay, so now that we've connected up the lights, what we want to do is next the entrance door. So for the entrance door, all we're going to need to do is get some pressure plates and get these into our inventory, just like that, and just place 2 right here. So this is Editor Coolmix TV here. I'm actually going to be skipping I'm just going to be skipping the whole door pressure plate thing because there are loads of easy tutorials out there and I don't want to bore you with this stuff. So I'll put the link to a tutorial in the description. And yeah, back to the video. Place some pressure plates there, and then bingo, you got it. And yeah, see, works really easily, just like that. Okay, so now we can move on to the next part. So entrance door is done. Piston feed tape. The bit that just is a tiny bit time consuming. So for the piston feed tape, you're just going to want to put some pistons here. Oh, no, sorry, actually I got that wrong. You're going to put some pistons right there. Okay, so just delete these pistons on the side. And you just want to place some pistons coming up and make it as tall as your basically screen window is. The max that pistons can push is 12, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make this 10 wide max. Okay, and then we're just gonna go like that, and then we're gonna come along right over here and just place pistons right here. Okay. Oops. Gonna have to just place that there. Okay. And then for the last row of pistons, what you want to do is come over from here, just like this. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Just like that. And then place some pistons coming out here. And actually, wait, no, sorry. Make sure it's so that's coming out right here. It's very important that you put these pistons in the right order. Okay. Also, I'd like to say that this is my own design, but it's inspired a bit by Mumbo Jumbo's video. So, yeah. I'll put the link in the description for that, kind of gave me the inspiration for this video. So, you might just want to actually no, wait, sorry, put these pistons here. And like that, yeah, everything should be done. And just make sure that when you come across from this piston, you don't hit these pistons, otherwise you've done something wrong. The next thing you want to do is get your, so just place some blue wool here. This is the test that it works, okay? Otherwise you have no idea if it works. And make sure you got a piece of blue wool here, but you remove all the other blue wool that's supposed to be in the corners from the corners. Okay? So just like that. See, all the corners have been removed except for that one. Now, the next thing that we want to do is set up the timings. Now, for this bit, it gets a tiny bit more difficult. What you want to do is just place some wool over here, just like that. Extend it just a bit, and then you're going to place some like that. Then you're going to place a repeater, okay? A block, a piece of redstone, repeater, piece of redstone, a repeater. Make sure you have 4 pieces of redstone running along this line, okay? Just like that. And then you're going to come around the back here, and then you're just going to come all the way around here, just like that. And have a repeater going right into this. Place a block in front of this repeater, place some redstone, just like that. And I think that is nearly everything. Now what you want to do is just place some construction blocks here, so you don't need to keep these blocks. Place a piston right there. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, wait, I did that right. Okay, place a piston right there. And then also place a piston right here, just like that. Now what you want to do is just activate this piston, and then activate this piston. The next thing you're going to do is just get your observers and place an observer coming into this piston, and make sure that you can retract it. And yeah, just place a piece of wool here. Okay, and then also place an observer right here. Make sure the piece of wool is here though, so just destroy it and put it back. Okay, and then what you want to do is just connect this up. I think that is everything. And so when we get our cat disc, just get it right over here, and we start playing it. It should activate. Yep, it's activated. So these are now pushed out. But you see, the thing is, this is supposed to be retracted, but then re-retracted. So let's just take this out, just like that. And what we need to happen here is this needs to be retracted, but then re-retracted. Okay, and to do that, what we want to do is place an observer right here, and we're going to separate this line so that it has its own separate line, and that should work. So if we go over here and start playing the music disc, nope, start playing the music disc, it should have retracted back again. So the timings are done, and off here I've got a special surprise. That's for number 10. And now all we've got to do is connect the timings up to the pistons. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And basically, all that's happening is basically when I put this CD in, it starts a timer, and this timer activates this first piece of redstone, which activates the first piston, and then this piece of redstone comes a little bit later and does that next pistons, and then these pistons, and then these pistons. Anyway, I'm going to go do that, and then I'm going to explain everything to you once I've connected it up. Okay, so I've connected up the pistons, and I've also added a nice little scene here. So, as you can see, 3 corners not there, and I just built this wall up to make a nice little scene. And you can see, all I've done is I've connected this up to the pistons. That's literally all I've done. I'm just activating the pistons. And so this one will go first, and then this one, and then this one, then this one. And it doesn't matter where the wall stops, because it will just keep going round in the clock because of this. And then I got a little surprise to that. I have now ticked off all of the redstone and all of the build. Everything is done. So I guess now it's time to test it. So, I've got my jacket on, I've got my popcorn, my music disc, my nice leather trousers, and my black shoes. Dressed up for the occasion, you know? And yeah, I guess let's go in. Wow! Who could have made this wonderful Like I was saying, who could have made this wonderful... It's so amazing. Bats? No. No bats here, nothing to see. We have no bats in our cinema. What are you talking about? Anyway. Oh, this looks... No, get out. Get out, you're ruining the experience. Anyway, let me play this music disc. Eat some of my popcorn. That was good. How delightful. This is a good movie. Surprise! Gotcha all. Anyway, so that is the cinema. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, I'll leave the links to those videos I said I'll leave the links to in the description. And also, there are definitely no bats in this cinema. I'll also be putting the world back up in the description, hopefully, if I know how to do it. If I don't, then you know, well, you'll know. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. That's all, and bye-bye.